discuss about infectious diseases and the means of spread by which infectious diseases are caused. But before going to this, in last video we have discussed about the categories in which infectious agents can be classified. So infectious agents can be bacteria, virus, protozoa, fungus can be there, or like worms can be there. Okay, so like in short we can say various unicellular and multicellular organism can be the infectious agent for any diseases. Now we know that, like, okay, fine, we have got to know that some infectious agents are there which are causing infectious diseases, but what is actually the way or the means in which the diseases has been caused? Like suppose I will give you an analogy. Like we say the means of transport. So if we say means of transport, that means suppose we have to go from Delhi to Jaipur. So the way in which a person can go from Delhi to Jaipur, it can be by car, or by flight can be there, by train can be there. So these basically are the means or the methods by which a person can reach from Delhi to Jaipur. In similar way, a diseases has to be caused from a healthy person to an infected person. A disease from infected person to healthy person is transmitted, so there needs to be a means or a mediator should be there which actually is causing this disease. So in this video we are going to discuss all of them in details. So one of the main agent by which the disease is caused is air. So basically we know that some, like when we cough or sneeze, some air droplets are there. So by that air droplets, some contamination or some virus come in contact with their air droplets. So if any healthy person is present with us nearby, there are chances that that person can also come in contact with those air droplets, and that person can also get that particular disease. So like and this is more frequent in crowded places. Suppose if someone is sneezing and those all these virus comes in like air droplets, so who all person will come in contact with those air droplets will actually get that disease. Okay, so one of the common example of this airborne disease is COVID-19 or coronavirus. Because of that only it was advised to wear mask properly, because if a person is wearing this mask properly, so his or her nose and face is covered. So suppose if an infected person is coughing or sneezing, then also those air droplets will remain entrapped in that mask only. And if a healthy person is there in in surrounding with that person, so that person will not get contaminated in this way. So this is very necessary that, and you know kids, like now also totally COVID-19 is not totally eradicated, hence whenever we are going to crowded places or it is very necessary to wear mask. So now I hope that you have understood why it is so important to wear mask. Okay, and another airborne diseases can be common cold, pneumonia can be there, tuberculosis can be there. And let me clarify here also that mainly the airborne diseases specifically, like they attack our respiratory tract only. So our respiratory tract or the breathing difficulties are actually faced whenever a person have all these disorders. One more thing students, when some diseases are transmitted from an infected person to a healthy person, or if someone is coming in contact with the infected person, these diseases are known as communicable diseases, because these diseases are spreading when a person is coming in contact with another infected person. Okay, and second source by which these diseases can be caused is water. Suppose a person is there and who is defecating in a water. Okay, so if a person is defecating in a water and that person is having diarrhea suppose, or that person is having some disease, so those fishes are getting mixed up with that water, and now if that water will come to our home and if we will consume that contaminated water, there are chances that we can get that particular disease from that water. Hence it is advised that we should always take clean and purified drinking water. Otherwise there are chances that we can get many deadly diseases because of like. So what can be done is, the lack of safe drinking water supply is one of the major source why like this is caused. We know that many of our times, because of water only, a kind of yellowish coating is like there on the teeth of people. That is also because of the high level of fluoride in the water. So all these are caused because of the kind of water which we are drinking. Then comes physical contact with a person, or a contact with a person. If we are coming in contact with the person, so the contact with a person can be of two kinds. A contact can be a direct contact with a diseased person, or it can be an indirect contact. If we talk about indirect contact is a kind of contact. Suppose I am having some I am having common cold, or I am having some COVID or some particular disorder, and like suppose this is a glass and I am drinking water with this glass, and now you will come and you will touch this particular glass again. So all those viruses or the bacteria which are sticked on this surface, you will get in contact with this, and there is a chance that you will get that particular disorder. Because of that only you have seen that in COVID virus and other things, the person who is having COVID, he was advised to be in isolation, and people should only provide care to their family members from a distance only. So this is the main reason. And like suppose we are touching all of the bad sheet, or suppose we are wearing a clothes of a person who is actually infected, so there are chances that we can get that particular disorder. Next comes direct contact. So how is the direct contact a person can get? So if the closest contact two person can have basically is a sexual contact only, which two people can have. So because of that, two people can get sexually transmitted diseases. Okay, so syphilis can be there, gonorrhea can be there, and other diseases can be transmitted in this way. But like now you will ask, ma'am, like suppose if we are playing with someone, wrestling is there, or like some sports is there, we are shaking hands with person day to day, that is also close contact. So in that way also do we get diseases? So there is a big no to that. In this way there are no chances that you will get sexually transmitted diseases. That contact is a different kind of contact. Okay. Then comes mosquitoes and insects. If we talk about mosquitoes and insects, so mosquitoes and insects actually many times are not directly involved in causing some diseases, but they rather serve as the vectors for disease transmission. Suppose if uh, like contaminated water is there, or fishes are there, and they are sitting on that, and if they will come in contact with us, so automatically we will get that contamination and we will fall ill. So in that way they are serving as the vehicles for the transmission of these diseases, than rather being directly involved in that particular disease transmission. Last comes rabid animals. Suppose a dog is there who is having rabies, or we say a dog which who is a bit crazy or doing some abnormal activities. If a person gets bitten up by that particular dog, so there are chances that that person will get rabies in that way. Okay, so this is the way in which all these diseases can be spread from person to person. Okay, so we have seen that air can be there. So because of that, it is sad that we should always try to reduce the pollution. We should try to keep drainage system and our surroundings neat and clean, so whatever the kind of air we are inhaling should be purified. Okay, next come water. So we should take purified water only should be taken. Next is like we should always try to cover the food, whatever food we are eating. We should always wash the vegetables or the eatable items whatever we are bringing from the market and other things. So in that way it plays its role. And if we talk about like direct contact or physical contact, so it is advised that one should avoid having like uh, sexual contact and other contacts with random person, because if a person is very careless in such cases, so there are chances that that particular person can get affected by these diseases. So now, like as we have seen that like causative organisms are there and how they are spreaded, then comes that whether like what actually the organ are there which will get infected. Like for tuberculosis, the lungs are getting infected. In fungal infections, skin is getting infected. If we are having dysentery, other things, our stomach is getting upset. So in different diseases, different organs are there which becomes a specific target for that particular disorder. So all these things we will target in upcoming videos, and we will see that how particular organ is transmitted by taking a particular organ as the target. But for now, I hope students, now you have understood the importance of maintaining proper hygiene and sanitation, and you at your younger level or at individual level can do this, that you can maintain proper hygiene. You should maintain good hygienic conditions. You should have proper healthy food. You should always say big no to going out without mask. Okay, so that's all for the video, students. I hope that you are enjoying my videos, and in some way or other way I am able to contribute to your examination preparation. So if you have any query in